What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl, Erin Elise Yenda, and I am here to welcome you to the Miracle Edit. The Miracle Edit is based off of all the miracles that God is doing amidst all the chaos in the world. And so I don't know what life looks like for you right now, but we wanted to tell the story of, despite what it seems, God is still doing amazing things. And so many of you may have been wondering where it is that I have been. It's been about 6 months since we last spoke. And I have been on my own roller coaster ride with life. But today I would like to share how my life ties into how the Miracle Edit was birthed and why I know that it will speak to you when you read it. So 6 months ago, my younger sister passed away very unexpectedly. And it has been a very, very hard season for me. And that's definitely an understatement. But in that time period of her passing away and me stepping back from the magazine just to be with my family, to hear what God was saying, I also had something else happening at the same time. That is what you see here on the camera, which is my daughter. So to backtrack, a few weeks before my sister died, we found out that I was pregnant. And so I got to celebrate the first few weeks of knowing that I was pregnant and taking the test and getting to share with my younger sister all of those happy moments because she had been there with me through my infertility journey. And so it was a very happy time in life, which abruptly changed when I got the call that she passed away. She was not sick. There was nothing going on in her life that would indicate that she would no longer be with us. In that time period of knowing that I had a very wanted pregnancy, something that I had prayed for years, my husband and I had prayed for years, and getting the call that my sister passed away, it really seemed like God's timing was honestly not so perfect. And I really wrestled with why he gave me this blessing, only to discover the worst sadness I've ever experienced in my life, to be completely honest. And so there were days where I would wake up and I would be really excited about my baby, but then I would realize I didn't have my sister to share it with. And so in that time period, I was watching a bishop that I follow on YouTube. His name is Bishop R.C. Blakes. I love him. I've been following him for about 10 years now. So I was listening to one of his messages and he said, if you can just find one thing to be thankful for every day, it will begin to help you change your perspective on your life if you're going through a really tough season. So every day I would get up, I would just find one thing to be thankful for, whether that was the roof over my head, my baby, anything. And it began to help me to frame life in a more positive way. And as I began to do that, I began to experience God in a new way because my perspective was shifting. And so even though I used to wake up early all the time, even though I would journal every day, even though I spent time in prayer with him, this was really different because I was seeking him from a space of desperation and survival. And so at first, a lot of our conversations look like, you know, that I love you, God, right? You know that I love you, but if I'm being completely honest, I don't know about this one. Like, I don't know. I don't understand your timing. I'm mad at you, but I need you because I know I can't get through this without you. And so in that time period, he would also just really minister to my heart. Eventually it got to the point, it's been 6 months, this weekend. This weekend, it will be 6 months since my sister passed. It got to the point where he began to show me that not only was my sister's life a miracle because of the memories that I have with her, but also simultaneously, he had given me another miracle of life. With that being said, he began to show me that memories and moments with the people that we love are also miracles. They're little miracles. Sometimes we look at miracles and we think that it's supposed to be big and grandiose, and sometimes they are, and sometimes they're more subtle. So when we think about the people that we love and we think about the interactions that we have with them and we think about the moments that we share with them, those are the things that help us to carry on in difficult seasons. They bring, smile to our faces. They help us to keep going. And so he showed me that my sister's life was not only a miracle, my child's life was not only a miracle, but that he was still doing miracles despite how everything looked in the world. And so I don't know what it is that you're facing today. I don't know what it is that you have gone through previously in your life. What I do know is that despite everything that is going on in the world today, God is still doing miracles. And it's up to us to make ourselves, put ourselves in a place where we're looking for them, where we're actively listening for them, because he's still moving. In this edit, you will find women who are facing some pretty tough things, but at the same time, God is still doing something really amazing in their life. And that's honestly the more realistic side of life. Sometimes we think that if we get this particular thing that we've been praying for, that it's going to come packaged perfectly. And the times that we're living in, that may not necessarily be the case. Sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. But no, despite what it is that we're going through, God is still doing something beautiful. And we just have to allow ourselves to focus on that versus everything else that we see. So I hope that you enjoy the miracle edit. I hope that the stories of the women who are in it speak to you. I also hope that in this time period, you will look at your own life and see the many, many miracles that God is doing for you. So happy holidays, and we'll talk soon.